It's a 3 and out for the Mountie offense.
Yeah, that was an excellent play by Moy. He came in on the blitz and just ran Allo down like he was standing still.
Christian Fulham for the 9th time tonight will punt it away. Tremel Davis stands at his own 35. 21-7 the Mounties lead, but RCC a score, and now the defense forces the 3 and out. They know they're still alive in this one. Luckily here, the punt takes a very favorable Mountie hop inside the 25, inside the 20, and down to the 18-yard line. So that's where the RCC offense will start to begin the fourth quarter as time expires here out of the third. And we've seen this all too much, Mountie man. We've seen 2 double-digit leads evaporate for the Mounties in the fourth quarter in their lone 2 losses on the year, 21-17. It's the biggest double-digit lead they've had in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can hold on to it.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, they need that ball control offense. As you can see, Riverside's defense is not going anywhere. They're still playing hard. And as you recall, it was a defensive game to start the first quarter. And it turns out that Riverside's defense is ready to play. Now it's up to Mount SAC's defense to slow down this Riverside offense.
Can the Mount San Antonio College Mounties play their best 15 minutes of the season? Because that's what it's going to take to get out of this ball game with the W.
I totally agree. We've talked about it, Chris. They've got to play 4 quarters of football against this Riverside explosive team.
RCC, a 30-game home winning streak here at Wheelock.
That is an amazing stat. You've got a lot of amazing stats for me, but I think that one has to be the most amazing. And the fact that since Tom Kraft has been here at Riverside, he has never lost a home game.
The Mounties trying to make sure they can do it to their former offensive coordinator, Kraft. Kraft was the O coordinator back in 2009, the team that won the state championship for the Mounties. The Mounties looking to get back to the state championship. They hand it off Foster, big hole up the middle, crosses the 30-yard line, and he's finally taken down at the 34.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's
16-yard pickup for Denzel Foster.
And that sets up the running game right there. You start opening up the middle. They got to bring their linebackers in. That creates the bubble between the safeties and the linebackers, and the next thing you know, they're throwing it over their heads.
The Mountie defense, they have got to stiffen up here in this fourth quarter. A 12-point lead at Long Beach with 7 minutes left to go. The Mounties lost. 11-point lead here earlier this year entering the fourth, and they lost a 14-point lead right now.
Yep.
But another 6-yard gain on the ground for Denzel Foster to the 40.
Yep, that big offensive line, Schmollenberger and at center, they're just pushing the Mounties back. Yeah.
2nd and 4 for RCC from their own 40. 2 wide set. Mountie's going to bring some pressure. King to keep. King has room far side of the field across the 45, across midfield, and he steps on out of bounds at the Mountie 49. A beautiful play call.
Yeah, it was. He dipped it into Foster's belly, took it right back out, and swung around the left-hand side of the line.
There is an RCC Tiger. It's Ryan Ramirez, the tight end, who's down on the field, and he will be attended to by the RCC staff. But 14-13 left to go in this one, and I don't blame you for being a little bit nervous, Mountie man. We've seen this far too many times here in 2014.
Yeah, it's incredible to see the momentum swing that just happened. I mean, it wasn't more than a minute left in the
well, you thought after
I
thought after the Holinsky pick to Taekwon Glass, it was all said and done. But the Mounties, unfortunately, on the offensive drive after the turnover, couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, you thought maybe that was the dagger, but it ended up being a momentum swing for Riverside. So there's a little bit of Sybil in these guys. I don't know if you know who she is, but you could never tell where Sybil was coming from, and that kind of reminds me of RCC when the chips are down, they seem to bounce back.
This is an RCC Tiger team that's lost only 1 game this year, and it came on the road all the way back in week 3 to Grossmont.
Yeah, that was a surprising game.
It was a wacky game.
Yeah,
they turned over the ball 8 times.
They were down 35-7 at one point in that game.
Well, the Mounties tonight, they lead in the turnover battle. They have not turned over the ball yet after turning it over 5 times against RCC when these two teams met up about a month and a half ago. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ramirez was able to walk off the field on his own power. RCC has it at the Mountie 49. Snap is back. King gonna keep. And this time, Nicholas King is taken down in the backfield for a loss of 1. Sidi Tama Avena.
Big
Magalay there to get him in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Yep, that'll work. They've got Foster back into the game. It'll be interesting to see if Mount Sac decides to bring pressure or not.
2nd and 11. They've only gone deep on the Mounties once, but that was the lone touchdown for RCC. Snap is back, handoff Foster, and this time Foster taken down in the backfield for another loss of 3. Coach Chastrab, I don't think I've ever seen him jump that high in the air. He's absolutely pumped. Foster was taken down in the backfield that time for a loss of 3, now 3rd and 14.
Yeah, big play here. You know, you got to watch the draw because that's what the Foster is their big weapon.
You got to love to see Chastrab over there like that. 3rd and 14. Big play for the Mountie defense. Play action, King. Going to look to throw far side of the field. Did the Mounties pick it off? They're going to say Aaron Simpson did, but there is a flag down to the far side of the field.
What are they going to?
And it's probably going to be pass interference against the Mounties.
Well,
and that'll be the second time tonight.
At the most unopportune times.
Simpson. If it is against the if it's not against the Mounties, it's going to be an interception for Aaron Simpson. And sure enough, PI against Mount Sac. On 3rd and 14, just when you thought you had him stopped, 15-yard penalty.
Incredible. That if that's not a momentum killer. Well, Mount Sac's going to have to tighten their belt and just keep playing the tough defense that they have.
The clock is the enemy for the Mounties, who lead by 14, 21-7, but still 12:40 left to go in this game. 3 wide set for the Tigers on a 1st and 10 from the Mount Sac 40. Denzel Foster flanks Nicholas King, the quarterback. The snap is back. Handoff Foster, and Foster gobbled up in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Yeah, that's some excellent Mountie defense there.
Skylar Kroll.
It up. Try to make them one-dimensional. Maybe get that turnover there that I've been looking for. I know we got one from Halinsky, but we need one from King.
And Nicholas King, if there's one thing he has done well this season, and he's done a fine job at quarterback. He's only turned over the ball twice.
Wow.
And that's what Kraft was looking for when he made the QB switch. Ball security. King under duress here, and he's going back down in midfield for a loss of 9. Who else but Sidi Tama Avena to bring him down in the backfield?
Yes, sir, man. Right when he comes around the edge, you see him square up his shoulders like that. Excellent positioning for the linebacker to make the tackle.
So maybe this time the Mounties can get a stop on 3rd and long.
Oh, boy. You know that, Chris, now you sound like me. That's how, and when I'm sitting up in the stands, that's what I say to myself. It's 3rd and a mile.
See,
but
tonight everyone gets to hear what you're saying. Your voice can be heard.
I'm rubbing off on you
from anywhere.
That's exactly
it's internet radio. 3rd and 20. The snap is back. King going to air it out deep downfield, near side. And coming up with the football down to the 10-yard line for RCC was Darius Geeter. Are you kidding me?
That is incredible.
Nicholas King threw it up for grabs, and Darius Geeter came down with it. Yeah. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. It'll be a 1st and 10 for RCC at the Mount Sac 11.
Yeah, that thrown behind him. The receiver turned completely around, caught the football. Incredible. You talk about lucky charms. I think Tom Crafts has got a string of them in his pocket. Unbelievable.
Back-to-back 3rd and longs, and the Mounties can't get a stop. King going to keep.
All right.
Once again, they get him in the backfield for a loss of 3. Ball came loose, but it was after King was down.
Now, that's exactly what I'm talking about there, Chris. Foster was in motion in the backfield. The referee just looks the other way. I'm smelling that home cooking all of a sudden.
RCC in the red zone. They've converted 21 of their last 22 red zone possessions for touchdowns.
Wow.
10:21 left to go here in the 4th. 21-7 Mount Sac, but RCC knocking on the door. The lone back is Jordan Howard. King to keep again, and the Mounties are all over it again. Another loss of 2, and another 3rd and long.
Yeah, the Mounties got the football, but again, the referees aren't letting the players play the game. unbelievable. Mount Sac has a fumble, an interception, and now a man in motion. The play before this. Where are these referees at?
I think they're doing all in their power to make sure that the winning streak goes to 31. That's what it seemed like last time. We're kind of getting the same deal here. It's up to the Mounties now on a 3rd and 14. King to throw. Now the flag flies in. It's going to be another PI against the Mounties, and I don't like that call whatsoever. Whitney was tangled up with Taekwon Glass to the near side of the field, and another penalty against Mount Sac. They can't get it done on 3rd and long again.
No, the receiver ties himself up with the cornerback, and then there's a pushing match, and they call it on the cornerback.
King was going for Isaac Whitney to the near side of the field. Now it's 1st and goal.
Terrible officiating, just awful.
1st and goal for RCC at the 9. 9.5 minutes left. 21-7 Mount Sac.
That was predictable.
I hate to bash on the officials, but
this is horrific.
Horrendous, horrific, whatever you want to call it. 3 wide set. King going to take a shot towards the back of the end zone. Whitney's got it. Touchdown Tigers.
That was a beautiful play. Helped out by the officials. But it was a terrific fade pass to the back of the end zone, and Whitney got his left foot down.
With 9:25 left to go.
Tigers are
pending
showing
a Jimmy Camacho extra point, it's going to be a 7-point game. You can't ever count out the RCC Tigers.
No, you cannot.
And the Mounties are having nothing but more trouble holding leads in the 4th quarter on the road. Camacho's extra point, good. 21-14. 14 unanswered points for RCC.
We got ourselves a football game, and the Mount Sac Mounties are going to have to tighten up on the offense and defense.
Well, we didn't expect it to be easy for the Mounties. They were making it look easy through 3 quarters, but it's what's bit them all year long in their 2 losses, the inability to hold leads in the 4th, and might we be seeing the same story unfold on the field tonight?
Yeah, this is exciting football, let me tell you. Anybody that stayed home, unfortunately, we got ourselves a hell of a ball game.
Camacho will kick it off for RCC. 9:25 left to go, 4th quarter. 21-14 Mount Sac. I guess there's a reason these guys have a 30-game home winning streak.
Yeah, they seem to enjoy their home cooking, and unfortunately, I saw a lot of it right there on that series of downs.
Back deep to receive for the Mounties. It's Aaron Vons and Ryan Simpson. Camacho to boot it off. Aaron Vons from the goal line. He'll take it out across the 5, across the 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line. He'll leapfrog a man to the 29, and that's where Allo in the offense will begin. And you got to move the football here at the very least.
Yeah, you got to remember what your weapons are now, Chris. It's a different ball game now. Ball control is probably out the window. Now you got to look at your big receivers, spread the ball around the field, play like you have been all year long.
How conservative are you playing here with 9:20 to go?
Not
at
none
all?
whatsoever. It's a new ball game now. You have to push the ball down vertically.
14 unanswered points by the RCC Tigers. It's just a 7-point game, 21-14 Mount Sac, 9:20 left. The lone back, Tolbert. They'll hand it off to him. Tolbert across the 35, across the 40, he's loose. Tolbert into RCC territory, inside the 40-yard line, inside the 35. There goes Amaris Tolbert. The 20, the 10, touchdown!
Oh, my! Yes, sirree!
There are no flags on the
Amaris
field.
Tolbert!
It's 72 yards for Amaris Tolbert, the sophomore.
You asked me if he's D1 material. Now do you see the answer?
Amaris Tolbert, are you kidding me?
That was all Amaris.
One play, and the sophomore will get the 7 points back for Mount Sac.
Joe Cup up in front. Got a little bit of a crack of a hole, but then it was all Tolbert on that play.
The Mounties will gladly take the momentum right back. Alberto Villarreal adds the extra point, and it's 28-14 Mount Sac. It took them 9 seconds to get those 7 points back, Mountie Man.
Well, do you think that might be a little bit of revenge for Tolbert from the last game?